Hi guys, welcome to the video. Today we are going to be doing a new series. This is No Man's Sky, Did You Know? The idea is that we're going to try and pick up on any hints, tips, tricks, anything that you guys do to grease the wheels while we're travelling through the verse, anything that we might pick up on that we might not think the general community are aware of, new tips and tricks for players out there that are just starting out, and even some bits and bobs that maybe seasoned players aren't aware of and things like that. There's certainly a couple of things in this video that I wasn't aware of until I did some research into it. So I thought the best way to start it off would be to do planet-side exploration, and what we're going to do is we're going to look at 5 tips and tricks to help you out exploring planets. So here we go. Now, the first thing that I want to talk about is something that I've only discovered recently, and I'm sure a lot of you are probably aware of this already. So these grassy pods can actually be taken off these hazardous flora. You see what I mean? So you go up to them, you pinch the grassy pods like you were doing underwater or something like that if you were going after some sulfuride crystals. And then once you've nicked all 3 of them, feel free to take that guy out in the middle, and that's going to gain you more oxygen per plant than if you were to just go up and shoot them. So first time players, if you guys are starting out and you get a rough planet, I'm sure you're going to come across a few of these. You need to boost that oxygen up straight away. Grab the grassy pods before, just make sure you avoid the bulbous sac when it explodes, because that will give you some toxic. But yeah, there's tip 1 guys, I hope that helps. Okay, so tip number 2 is probably a really important one to know if you're starting out in the game and you are on your first planet. It's also good to know if you find yourself stranded somewhere as well and there's not a lot of resources about and you can't fuel up your gun. You can actually use the trigger button to smash into anything that you want. So you can knock out trees with the hilt of your gun. You can do it to ferrite dust as well if you need to collect some ferrite dust, pretty much anything. This is a good tip to know for if you run out and you find yourself stranded. Okay, so tip number 3 is all to do with terrain manipulation and gathering resources. We're going to look at this paraffinium here. If I wanted to gather this resource, obviously I would need a terrain manipulator. But I don't know how many people are aware of the fact that you can change the size of your cannon on your terrain manipulator. As you can see, I'm just pressing the shoulder buttons on PS4 to do that. You use your corresponding buttons. The smaller you drill, the higher the yield of what you're going to get out of this is. So I always use the smallest one because I think that I want to get the most resources out of it. It saves a lot of time and messing about. But obviously you can change it up once you've gathered resources like this. If you don't want to spend the time and messing about, you're just doing it for an anomaly mission or something like that, you can always hit it up. See, the middle one here will be a little bit bigger. It'll take more of the chunk of the terrain out. And then obviously when we hit up the final one, the huge one, that's going to knock loads out. But just be aware that the higher the size, the less yield you're going to get. It's going to mean that you can knock through it a lot easier and a lot quicker if you want to save time that way. But to be honest, the smallest one's the best one because it just saves time. You gather everything in one resource then instead of having to jump to 2 or 3 hotspots to find them. But yeah, terrain manipulator, you can change the size. There you go, tip 3. Now, tip 4, I'm not going to go into great detail with this. I might do a video actually on this separately because this is quite an extensive subject as it is anyway. But to get you started off, I suggest what you do is, once you've unlocked all your different hazard protections for your 4 different element planets, all you really want to do is you want to make sure you've got 1 S-class upgrade for each one of them. And then that way you can use them in conjunction with as many ion batteries as you want. It's going to save loads of space in your inventory. You're not going to be taken up with all of your slots being filled by hazard protection modules and stuff like that. I mean, don't get me wrong, that's the way you want to play, that's the way you want to play, if you don't mind. But to be honest, saving the space on the inventory in the long run is a lot better than having those slots filled up. So sacrificing a bit of hazard protection for ion batteries you're not going to notice the difference, and it's well worth it early game. So the last thing I want to talk about in this video is companions and their usefulness early game. This is my tip number 5. As you can see, my companion register is quite full, but you start off on any planet, so there's going to be animals on any planet. And I suggest what you do is, you find the fastest way of being able to adopt one, and then once you're able to adopt one, you can then ride them around the planets. Early game, that is going to save you so much time. It's dead easy. All you need to do is you find a creature that you want to adopt, you check to see whether or not you can offer it food. If you can, you make some creature pellets. Once you've done that, you can feed them. You get the opportunity to interact with them. My companion register is full at the moment, but as you can see, there is an option there to adopt them. Once you've adopted them, you can ride them. They're not all going to be the same. Some are going to be slow, some are going to be fast. Some will be predators, some will be herbivores, depending on what it is. But read up on your creatures, find out the ones on your planet that probably are the fastest. You tend to find striders are quick, animals like this tend to be quick, and things like that. The robots are quite quick as well. But as you can see, once we all get old Kelly going here, she will leg it across this landscape. No hill, no mountain, nothing is going to stop her short of jumping into an ocean. So if you're starting off in the game and you want to get around quickly to save as much resources as you can, so you're not having to spend it all on your jetpack, you're not having to spend it all on your hazard protection before you get to your first ship and you can do it up, companions are a fantastic way to do it. And to be honest as well, if you just set them off in one direction and let go of your pad, they will just walk. So it's a really cool way of just like chilling and exploring an environment and things like that. So definitely check out companions for planet-side exploration. And that's about it. That's 5 tips there for you for planet-side exploration. And yeah, have some fun with it, guys. There we go. I hope you enjoyed that video. I think we'll be doing some more in the future, dealing with different aspects of the games and the best ways to get tips and tricks with them. But for now, guys, thank you very much. Enjoy your sends. We will see you soon. Take care of your sends. Goodbye. Thank you very much for watching the video, everybody. We really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, then please consider giving the channel a like and a subscribe. Hit the bell notification as well to keep up to date with everything that we're doing. We really appreciate those likes and subscribe, guys. They keep us going. Thank you so much. We just want to take a second to say thank you to our Creative Club members and also our Creative Club graduates that you can see on the screen now. You guys are rock and rollers. Thank you so much. If you want to join the membership, hit the button below, come over and join the members club with us. Every single member will get a free Adventures of Murray comic and all sorts of other little bits and bobs that we throw in there as well, so it's really worth it, guys. But if you want to support the channel, like it, subscribe it, don't skip the ads, you're really helping us out. We appreciate every single last one of you, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video. So for now, take care, guys. We'll see you soon.